editorial director of Beauty Expose and big sister for BBB SMB. Hello, Kristin. May you introduce yourself for a start?
Hi, yes, I'm Kristin. I'm the editorial director of beautyexpose.com. That's my fun job. My real job is I work in the marketing department at a tech startup, so I'm the marketing content specialist. In my spare time, I run beautyexpose.com, and then I also act as a volunteer big sister for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Massachusetts Bay. I've been here in Boston for about 6 or 7 years now. I came here for college and then just stayed ever since. So yeah, and now I'm a glass explorer.
So, how did you get glass?
Yeah, so for my real job, our CEO had sent out an email back in, I think it was March, when the Glass Explorer program had launched and said, hey everyone, I think this is an awesome program. I think everyone should enter. If anyone gets picked, the company will pay for it. You just have to bring it in so everyone can play with it because we want to see it. So I figured, why not? I entered via Twitter. I tweeted that I would use the Google Glass to actually record memories with my little because I often forget. Being so in the moment, I don't want to keep my cell phone out and about or my camera out and about. And then some time went by, and back in, maybe it was May or June, Google had reached out to everyone, and I had kind of forgotten about it at that point, but I got really excited, and then I went to pick it up just shy of a month ago.
And what is your point of view on the wearable technology in general, on the wearable computing? Do you think it's the future of technology, or is it, yeah?
Yeah, sure. I think so. Being a beauty editor, I'm sure I'm not as technical as a lot of people you have on here. I think it's definitely really cool. I don't think it'll take over just like the iPhone took over the world of cell phone technology. I've had mixed reviews of people when they see it and play around with it. Regardless of age, I assumed everyone really young would love it, and everyone older in my life would think it was too crazy, but it's almost been the opposite. Everyone who's older in my life is really excited to see it. So I think it's definitely the future. I don't know if it's going to take over quite just yet. It is kind of a weird concept to get over. It's a little like you're in the Matrix, and it's nothing we've seen before. It's completely new. So I don't see in the next year everyone's going to be walking around with Google Glass, but maybe in the next couple of years it won't be as crazy. I actually saw my first fellow Glass Explorer on the train yesterday, and I live outside of the city in a suburb, and you normally don't see the cutting edge of technology advancement going out to the suburbs after work during the week, but I saw someone else with Google Glass on the train. So yeah, it's starting to catch on. I'm not the only one out there, I guess.
And yesterday, a couple of days ago, we met Khalil Samani. He's Kristins CEO and founder. He develops glass apps for healthcare. And his point of view on glass was it was great for healthcare and his job, but it wouldn't have much of such an impact of our society, and it wouldn't be a great product for a consumer. Do you agree with that? He told us it was difficult to wear glass in public as it's big and it's not a great design. Do you think he's
I
right?
actually think it's really easy to wear. When I wear it, I kind of forget I have it on. I don't think it's hard to wear in public. I think it's just getting over that you feel kind of awkward. I've worn it out in public twice. Once walking on the beach, and once when I picked it up in New York City walking around. Some people just didn't even notice. Some people kind of give you the weird stare, so I'm easing into that. I think it's actually pretty easy to wear. The hardest part is when you are out and about. If there's a lot of sunlight, it can sometimes be hard to see the little monitor, but they do give you sunglass lenses you can put in. They're just not the most fashion forward. I've had a lot of people who've tried it on with me have to wear prescription glasses, and I know that's been a hard functionality. But when I went to pick it up, I know that there's a lot, being that this is beta testing, a lot of improvements coming out. I actually have used it more for my personal life. I really like to take photos, but I often forget because you don't want to be that one person out with your group of friends who's always being like, stop, take a photo. so you can just do it without having to worry about it. The web browsing functionality, I think, is the hardest. So I would actually see it being harder for work because the email functionality, it's great to send a quick email to your friend, but you would never want to send it to a colleague or a boss because it's voice activated, so you don't have any punctuation, and sometimes it misspells things. Like I tried to send an email with the name of my company, AppNeta, in it, and instead of typing out AppNeta, it typed out Aardvark, and I wouldn't exactly want to send that to anyone. So, I mean, I haven't, the apps that I use on it are Facebook, Twitter, more of the commercial ones. I haven't seen or used any of the more business ones, so I slightly disagree with him.
And as you're talking about general use, um, you're saying that vocal recognition isn't so great as we could think?
It's not terrible. For most of the normal words, it's okay. AppNeta is a little bit weird. It's not an actual word. It's a company name, so that's a little bit harder. But the hardest part about the oral recognition is, so if someone's standing next to me and I have my Google Glass on, they start to talk the commands and it'll pick up what they're saying. So if I'm trying to teach one of my friends how to use it and they're having it on and trying to do a Google search, when I'm trying to walk them through the steps, I accidentally kind of hijack what they're doing. So I would imagine that might be something that Google should be looking into because you don't want to be out trying to do something and then have someone who doesn't even realize it or is intentionally doing it as a prank kind of hijack what's going on. So.
Okay, well, you told in the If I Had Glass project that you would capture more moments of the BBB SMB events you attend with your little. Is Glass really helpful doing that?
Yeah, so I actually had one event since I've got the Glass with Big Brothers Big Sisters. It was the day after I picked up the Glass, but it was a sailing event, so I took a lot of photos with my little before we got on the boat, but I was a little bit nervous, being it was my first day, to just jump in the water with the Glass. I figured I shouldn't break it within the first day, so I didn't get to record as many videos as that, but she was really excited about it, which is interesting because she's normally camera shy because she's a teenager, and most teenagers are camera shy, so it was kind of a new cool product that she didn't care that I was taking her photo with. So I imagine that as we get to less water focused events, I'll actually be able to use it more. So yeah, I see it helping with that because maybe she'll think it's cool that I'm taking her picture now rather than trying to run and hide.
And do you provide Google your results doing the If I Had Glass thing, or do you have any contacts with them? Or do you
With Big
just do
Brothers Big
your thing?
Sisters?
Sorry?
Oh, could you repeat the question?
I was wondering if you had a contact with Google, if they were searching what you do with Glass, if they want to know what you do with.
I haven't heard from Google since I got like an email. There's a Google Explorers like support group. When you set up, everyone has their own new Google Glass account. So I got a reminder to go in and participate, but they haven't reached out for feedback. But maybe those questions are in the group, and I should probably go check it out.
Would you say Glass fulfilled your dreams you had about it before you have it, and did it help in your job at Beauty Expose and your real job?
I don't know if it fulfilled my dreams. I kind of had no idea what to expect. I had seen the videos, but my previous research or knowledge of it was a little bit limited. I think it's yes and no. The functionality of recording videos, doing Google Translate, searching for things is interesting. No, because I thought the web browsing functionality would be a little bit easier, so it's hard for me to do searches. Also, it doesn't sync text messaging or navigation with iPhones currently. It's only with Android phones, which makes sense because Google owns Android. But I'm anxious for them to get that functionality with iPhones as well. It has helped with my my real job in the marketing department. We're working to come up with some great plans of how we can utilize and leverage the Google Glass to create new content and expedite our content creation for the marketing department, just because currently It takes a lot of effort to make videos about what our CEO thinks about the advancement of application and network performance monitoring. It takes a lot of time to get people to sit down and talk to us and write us a blog post or a white paper. So we see it being easier to sit down with them, just kind of have them talk to us and just record it without having to have someone come in and set up video cameras. With beautyexpose.com, I think it's going to help a lot because where we struggle the most is with video vlogging. I don't know if anyone out there knows about it, but so right now a lot of our entries are written, and photography and videography just take up so much time normally that having this glass on is so much easier to record videos than it ever has been before. So I think that'll help us ramp that up. And then in personal life, it's just fun. I'm much more popular now at the office than I ever was before. So, yeah.
I saw you took a photo of your nails just painted.
Yes. I'm doing really groundbreaking stuff with the Google Glass so far. Painting my nails, taking photos. Maybe I'll do an app for the Google Glass that helps you paint your nails. So that'll be my advancement there.
This would be great.
Yeah.
And Kyle, the other day told us about the cost wearing glass involved. What is the reaction of others when you're wearing glass?
So far it's been more intrigue than anything, just because it's mostly been around people that I already know. So they knew I was getting it and they're excited to see it. Out and about, it's just more weird stares. I don't know who of those people know what Google Glass is and are excited to actually see it, and those who just think I'm a crazy person. Sorry about that. But I haven't had anyone too concerned about, what are you doing? Are you taking a photo of me? That's more me when people try it on, when I give it to them. The first reaction is, oh, can I try Google Glass? Take it on, and then the next thing you know, they took a picture of you and they accidentally shared it to your Google Plus page. So.
And would you say the lack of privacy fear is real? You're saying that no one knows you with that, but do you have any example of people afraid of you wearing glass to record them or nothing?
Nothing so far. I haven't had anyone concerned that I'm recording something that I shouldn't be. I'm sure as I get used to and get more comfortable with wearing it out in public, reactions might change, especially if you're in a store. A lot of stores are very sensitive about videography or photography on their premises, but I haven't had anyone confront me. I know a lot of people are concerned with privacy of their own personal data. I'm kind of the opposite. At this point, I figure Google owns all my information anyways. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, privacy hasn't been in the top 10 questions that I get asked for people. So it's more, can I try them on? And what do you do?
We're not so much original.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a question in every mouth in our country, in the USA too. So yeah, I'm glad to have a different point of views on this.
Yeah.
This is great. What is the next step for you with glass?
And the immediate next step for me is to just suck it up and wear it out in public, because I think about it and then like, nope, too weird. So doing that, and then mastering. I want to master the web browsing functionality, because it's something, since it has been so hard for me, that I've just kind of ignored and figured I'm not going to use, but that's kind of silly of me. My company invested in this product for me, just because they were so great and they wanted to give their employees the opportunity to try it. I owe it to myself and to them and Google when I actually get around to giving them the feedback. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have any next steps as crazy as everyone else, like making apps and whatnot, but just using it more in the day-to-day, and then actually using it to capture the moments that I normally lose with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and then just my personal life. Next week I'm going to my older brother's wedding, so I've decided that's my first foray. I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to wear it to the wedding since I'm not in the bridal party, and kind of capture that. So yeah. My grandparents might have privacy concerns. I'll let you guys know about that.
Thank you very much. And A more general question. Um, you're only 8,000 explorers around the world wearing glass. Um, how do you think, and when do you think glass will enter the full market?
Yeah, I've heard rumors that it will come about around Christmas time of this year, which is very convenient timing. Um, and I don't know if I think everyone's going to jump to buy it because it is really costly. It's around with tax 1,700 US dollars. So I don't know. I think it'll be a slower adoption rate than some other technologies. But every new technology used to be way more expensive than it is now. So hopefully the costs will start to come down. But I've heard rumors Christmas time this year. So.
And do you think it will have a big impact on our society?
Um, I knew I
Difficult
should have
question.
prepared for these more. Um, I think it will definitely change the way that we interact with technology and each other. I know that the Google employees, when I went to pick it up, were really pushing that it's trying to get people away from looking down at their screens, at their phone or whatnot, and keep looking up at each other. I think initially it won't necessarily help to get people away from thinking about technology, but over time, people will just start to, it'll seep into their lives and you won't even notice that someone is wearing glass, just like right now you kind of don't even notice if you're out to dinner with your friends and everyone's on their screen. So I don't, I don't know. I know that's not the most eloquent response, but I'm not sure, like I've said before, if it's going to completely change the way we interact with technology, the way that iPhones and smartphones interact, completely change the way that we communicate with each other.
And talking about interacting with each others, does it help? Does it help talking with each others, meeting them, it's everything, or is it just a toy? In fact, is it really useful in your everyday
Um,
life?
I could get by without it right now. I don't have it on all day long. I don't have it on when I'm doing my job. I'm trying to think back to if I said that when I first got my first smartphone. Um, I think to me it's more of a toy, but then I'm not like the other people that you've been interviewing who have been creating apps to make their work life easier. For me, it's just more of a, um, a toy, more of a personal enjoyment rather than a necessity.
So, totally different question. What advice would you give to glass lovers like us, who can't have glass yet, so they
Yep.
can get one?
I guess just keep following the Google Glass social media accounts and Google itself, just because when I had entered, months went by and you didn't hear anything about it, and then all of a sudden they're letting people know. So I guess don't give up hope. I know that they've made allusions to the fact that they are going to launch out another round of testing to folks. So I just keep following up with that. And yeah. I don't know if there's any secret tips or
We
bribe someone to let
we
you
hope
down.
there is.
Yeah.
So this is the last question of this
Okay.
interview. In one word, what does Google Glass mean to you?
Um, I saw this question and I tried to prepare, but I was blow drying my hair, so I didn't have time. One word to describe Google Glass. Uh, it's not very profound, but I've always described it as the Matrix to other people. It's as much as I said that I don't necessarily think it'll completely convert how we use technology, like the iPhone. It is definitely the future. Like whoever thought that we'd be able to watch things in a screen that doesn't exist. We're just looking in through a see-through piece of glass at a prism, and now you can share emails and take photos and search for information. I could probably have done this all in French just by asking Google Glass to translate all my questions for me. So Matrix is my
Matrix?
Matrix, yeah, like the movie.
Yeah, you
Matrix or Star Trek. Each
you
time I put this on, I feel like I'm in Star Trek.
you think it's the start to the end of humanity, Glass?
No, it wouldn't be that extreme. It just makes me feel like I'm in the Matrix or the Star Trek.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much, Kristin, for being with us.
Yeah, thank you guys so
Uh,
much for having me.
this was very very interesting, and having your point of view was great for us.
Hi again, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you did, be sure to let us a comment. And don't forget you can watch the next Explorers interview clicking right here, or the previous clicking right there. Also, don't forget to check out the website GlassStories.com for more exciting stuff about what Google Glass is. Bye bye!